Hi! I'm gonna do a Q&A because it's been like a year and I look very different since the last time you saw me. So we're gonna try this and I'm gonna try and be as not boring as possible considering how many people actually really care about the answers to this question besides the people that ask them. So we're gonna try and I'm gonna be as entertaining as I possibly can while answering questions about myself. Here we go. First question, favorite color that you've dyed your hair? I've dyed my hair too many times, and I've had plenty of different colors, but I think the red has become a signature color for me. It was the first color that I dyed my hair, and it was I think, the best fitting with both my skin tone and just kind of the clothes I wear. However, that being said, I love this color. I dyed my hair this color twice now. And if you're wondering, yes, it is X-Girl by Hayley Williams' new line, Good Die Young. And everyone knows that because she tweeted a picture of me wearing it. How many colors have you dyed your hair? I've dyed my hair, I think, 8 colors. 8 colors? Red, orange, blue, green, pink, purple, black, and then I went blonde, if you want to count that as a color, which it's not, but it's something I did to my hair that was a pretty drastic change. How many piercings do you have and how many do you want? I have 10. I would have had 11, but I took out my septum piercing. Instead, I pierced my this nostril a second time recently, and I think I'm gonna stay at this amount of piercings. I would get my nipples pierced, but that's gonna take a few years, and if my mom sees this video, she's gonna be like, bitch, why are you telling the world that you want to pierce your nipples? And I wouldn't mind having my belly button pierced, but then, like, everything would be pierced and I wouldn't get it done at the same time. That's the thing. Yeah, no. But no more facial piercings for me, I don't think. I don't like eyebrow piercings. I don't think they'd look good on me. I would never get my tongue pierced because I'd have to eat yogurt for a month, and I barely eat yogurt now. And I wouldn't get my lips pierced just because I put lipstick on and I know that it would be a pain in the ass for me. Maybe a Medusa. Okay, I just got my nose pierced again. I shouldn't be thinking of more piercings. A dog person or a cat person? This is the question to end all questions, to be completely honest, which is kind of sad. I have never been able to decide between cats and dogs. Everyone seems to be either, like, pro-dog, anti-cat, or pro-cat, anti-dog. I am pro-both. Because I have both. I've always had both. I was raised with 2 dogs, who were the best dogs in the world. And now my dad has a dog, and I love him. And I've had 2 cats, I think, since I was 5 years old, and one is still around, and he's my best friend. His name is David. Worst tattoo you've ever seen? I've seen some pretty bad tattoos. I don't like calling people out about it, but I follow this account on Instagram. I'm not going to give the name away because I don't like promoting anyone but myself. And they post pretty bad art, and that includes tattoos, and a lot of them I've seen are bad 21 Pilots tattoos. Like, nightmarish tattoos, and I feel really bad for the people who get them who are definitely going to regret them later. So, just a lot of bad fonts is what I'm worried about with tattoos. Words are hard to make look good. Like, my friend will quote tattoos, like words, and they look really good, but there are also some pretty bad ones. Like, do you want a tattoo? I've wanted tattoos for a while. I don't know what I'd want. I think tattoos look really cool. I like quotes, but I'm really nervous about quotes because, like, my life is constantly changing, and to get a quote that means something to me at a time may not mean anything to me in a few years. So I want something that looks really nice and kind of, I sound like a tool saying this, kind of timeless, I guess. I don't know. I'm 16. It's going to take me a while to think of something that I really want. But yeah, I'd have to think long and hard because I'm constantly changing both piercings and hair because they're easy to change. Now, if I did that with tattoos, I'd have to get them lasered off or covered up and spend a lot of money and a lot of time. How old were you when you first started writing poetry? I was 12. I started writing in general, I think, when I was in kindergarten. I would just write little stories, and that would never really have any resolution or any character development or anything, obviously, because I was 5 years old. But anyway, freshman year, I think, is when I started going to poetry slams and everything, and, like, sharing it in person with people as opposed to posting it on the internet. And I started wanting to write poetry books and real stories, even novels that, I don't know how that's going to happen, I think beginning of sophomore year. Favorite poem you've ever written? This is a question, I don't know. I mean, I think my favorite poem will always be my most recent one, the one I'm working on at the time. I don't have a poem that like stands out to me as being my best work because I'm constantly evolving with my work and constantly learning new techniques and new ideas and new voices and everything. So when I'm writing and I have something that I really, really like, that is my favorite poem. I sound like a D-bag. Who is your biggest inspiration when it comes to writing? I started writing because of writers on the internet that don't exist anymore because they deleted their accounts. I also used to get a lot of inspiration from songs I would listen to. But people specifically, I have my own definite style. I also get a lot of inspiration from my friends who write. Specific people, I don't know, I'm always drawing inspiration from my friends and from like real life experiences and everything. How do you get inspiration? See, this is a different question. I like this question. At the worst of times, usually, I'll think of a line that I really like or really want to write a poem about, and I'll write it down or put it in my notes. I'll just leave it there for months, and then I'll keep them in one document, and I'll go back and scroll, and I'll be like, I want to write something about that, and I'll do it. I'll play around with different styles and different tones, and work with what I like best, and see how it sounds out loud, and I'll read it in different voices, and if I like how I'm reading it, and I'll probably develop more content from it and be able to write more. So that's how. My favorite has been 21 Pilots in 2013, Monument Tour in 2014. I recently saw Paris at the Royale in Boston. I got to meet them. Yeah, that concert was really, really good. I was barricade for it, and just, it was good. Books you really want to read. I recently, not very recently, but recently enough, bought Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, which is also a movie, and I really want to read that book. And another book I really want to read. I want to read Jack Kerouac books a lot. Never had the time. My dad has them, and I'm lazy. I'm currently reading this one for my summer reading. It's called Bellwether Rhapsody. TV show recommendations. I watch a lot of television. And besides all the sitcoms that I watch, I would recommend highly Buffy the Vampire Slayer being my #1 favorite show of all time, ever. 2, one that everyone should watch, I don't really care who you are, is Once Upon a Time. I recently finished it. Killian Jones is beautiful. The plotline is really good. I love Jennifer Morrison. She was in How I Met Your Mother, which is another show I'd recommend. And just, I love developed characters. Orange is the New Black is one that I would recommend, not only to women, but to people in general. It's just, it definitely covers a lot of major issues that are happening in women's prisons. And it does it really well. The acting's really good. Probably have a huge budget, so they're able to do a lot. Tons of actors, tons of people of color. Representation is extremely important to me in that it represents all types of women and all types of people. The sitcoms that I watch, Parks and Recreation, The Office, How I Met Your Mother, Friends, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Finding Carter was really good until it got canceled. Zach Stone Is Gonna Be Famous is incredible. I'd also like some TV recommendations. Favorite makeup brand / makeup recommendations / brands you want to try. Those are from 3 different people, I think. I don't wear high-end makeup. I'm jealous of people who wear high-end makeup because it's all really nice and pretty. I love looking at makeup, both the palettes and on people. One of my friends is incredible at what they do makeup-wise, and I just sit and kind of scroll through her account and go, yep, I would never be able to do that. No. I wear a lot of lipstick, I think, more than anything. Lots of matte liquid lipstick, and I would recommend Kat Von D. I'd like to recommend what I'm wearing now, which is Jeffree Star, but he's such a shitty person that I wouldn't recommend giving him more money than you can avoid. Also ColourPop. I'm wearing ColourPop highlighter, and I wear a lot of ColourPop matte lipstick. You were asking the wrong person. Favorite piece of clothing you own? I love this sweatshirt. My favorite Bo poem is something that I got asked, which is, it's called Hanged. I like that poem a lot. That poem means a lot to me. Are you excited for Suicide Squad? Sienna's gonna yell at me. Yes, I am excited for Suicide Squad, and she's only gonna yell at me because I'm not a nerd for comic books or for superheroes and villains, and she is. and she probably thinks I'm a quote-unquote fake fan, but it looks like a really good movie, and I feel like even without context, you'll think it's a really good movie just because it looks intense, and I'm hyped for it. It looks like a good movie, and Margot Robbie is a beautiful woman. How did you find out about Beau? I don't know if I've answered this question before, but I'm gonna answer it again. At the time, I was with this very ugly boy, and we were watching Netflix, and I came across it after only seeing a gift set of Beau, I think, months before that, and just totally forgot what his name was, and then I saw it said Bo Burnham 1, and I was like, oh, that's who that is. I want to watch this and see how funny he actually is and see what he does. Because he had thrown, it was one where he was throwing confetti, and he had told me, hey, yeah, I was going to show you that, and I was like, no, I'm showing myself that. It's mine. And then I completely spiraled out of control and found everything out that I could and watched everything that he was in, and here I am now, after seeing him 3 times and meeting him twice and crying about it. And staying up until 3 a.m. until Make Happy came out. That was a bad idea. You'd have one hair color for the rest of your life, what would it be? I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that I'd have red hair for the rest of my life, or I'd have pink hair for the rest of my life, because I know for a fact I wouldn't. I would probably go back to a more natural color. Probably my natural color, maybe a little lighter. My roots are this color, very dark brown. I wouldn't be able to keep up with one crazy color for the rest of my life. Like, I could definitely spend money on changing my hair color for the rest of my life. But to keep one bright color, like if I had to keep this color for the rest of my life, I'd completely hate myself for it. Fave selfie you've ever taken? Jesus. Here, I'll just insert them. Here you go. Why don't you sing more? I don't sing more because I can't sing. How is your skin so clear? I like this question because I used to have really, really bad skin and be really self-conscious about it. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I am on birth control just for that reason, to go eat food. Because I'm done. I'm done. Thank you for your questions. I'll see you guys in another 1,000 years. Thanks for the questions and watching. Yup. Bye. Wedgie. Cut that out. Obligated. Blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of, I don't know. 5 years old? 6 years old? Freshman year is when I started taking it seriously and going to poems. I'm going to poems. Blah, blah, blah. Fake deep. Yes. But, I just completely forgot what I was saying. No, I love Linda. She's so cute. Boy! It shut off on me. And so is Jared Leto. Jared Leto's also a beautiful woman. And my mom was like, yeah, when I went on birth control, my skin really cleared up and my boobs got bigger. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want.